Hi, I'm Tyler, and welcome to another episode of my Christian Music Week reviews. Each week I take 5 releases, be it LCVs or singles, and after I listen to them all week, I come back here and I review them. I share what I think about them. So without further ado, let's get to this week's first release, the Deluxe for Leanna Crawford's latest album, Still Waters. So before I dive into my thoughts on the Deluxe of Leanna Crawford's latest album, Still Waters, let's look at what's new on the Deluxe. So it's 3 new bonus songs and an acoustic version of Still Waters Psalm 23 featuring Ben Fuller and David Leonard. Now that I took care of that, let's dive into it. So the original album was pretty good, and the deluxe bonus tracks are good too. Stylistically, the original album was contemporary with notable pop influence, along with some worship and folk influence too. Mostly ballads, but some upbeat moments. The deluxe bonus tracks are all ballads, and while retained the contemporary influence, for the most part seemed to trade the pop influence for a country influence. Again, good original album and good deluxe edition bonus tracks. And as for the lyrics here, love the lyrics to this album. Really connected with me and encouraged me, I know. And as for the lyrics here, Leanna Crawford talks about how when she's hopelessly worn out from anxiety while wading through pain and from shame over sin, she can peacefully trust her faith in God in His love, to be faithfully, unfailingly good, to keep His promises and His word, to be with her, to change her free from sin and fear, and to sustain her through the waiting for Him to miraculously restore her from that in His sovereignly good timing. Up next, Anike-With EP collection, new EP collection, With Love, Anike. Anike's new EP, With Love, Anike. Let's dive into it. So, this EP has 4 songs from her self-titled album, Anike, that came out last year, and 2 remixes of another song off that album, Show Me Love. And the remixes feature appearances from Sam Rivera and 1K View. Now let's dive into it. So, pretty good EP here. Stylistically, definitely upbeat pop and hip-hop music with some R&B influence. Vocally here, we hear Anike sing, rap, and sing rap. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here. I like how Anike's desire for her and her husband to serve God together is clearly portrayed throughout the CP. And as for the lyrics here, Anike talks about gratefully praising the Lord God that she waited in faith for Him to bless her in the right timing with her husband, who frees her from loneliness so they can have new life surrendered to following God's leading and reflecting His love, even in hard times that they trust God to give them victory over. Up next, Sidewalk Prophets' new album, Looking Up. Sidewalk Prophets' new album, Looking Up. Let's dive into it. So, pretty good album here. Stylistically, definitely a contemporary album that is pretty balanced between upbeat and ballad moments. The upbeat moments can incorporate, at times, some pop rock influence with an emphasis on the pop side of that pop rock equation. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here. Pretty challenging lyrics, might I add, too. I like how the lyrics talk about God's love healing our hurt and our need to reflect that to others to help others heal from their hurt. And as for the lyrics here, Sidewalk Prophets talks about how when we judgmentally hurt each other into hopeless weakness to hide our hurt, we need to trust our hope in God's unconditional love and grace through Jesus' saving sacrifice to revive us free from the hurt, to joyfully, peacefully reflect that love and grace to others so they can heal from the hurt we've caused them. Up next, Evan Ford's new album, CC2. CC2, the new solo album from Evan Ford, who you may know as one half of the brother and sister duo, Evan and Eris. Let's dive into it. So, pretty good album from Evan here. Stylistically, definitely a R&B album that incorporates some pop influence and at times some hip-hop influence as well here. Mostly pretty upbeat, except for the ballads that start and end the album. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here. I like how Evan shows how him and his wife clearly rely on God to help them sustain their marriage. And as for the lyrics here, Evan Ford talks about how he and his wife relied on God to be with them, to victoriously sustain and grow their love through hopeless hard times against odds, to be who they're meant to be and loving each other. Up next, our last release for today, Kieran Delight's new album, Desires of a Pure Heart. Kieran Delight's new album, Desires of a Pure Heart. Let's dive into it. So, pretty good album here. Stylistically, definitely a collection of hard-hitting hip-hop bangers that incorporate lo-fi, trap, and R&B influence. Vocally here, rapping vocals first and foremost, but some singing and sing-rapping going on too. Also, Kieran makes use of vocal samples at times too. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here. Kieran Delight talks about how he trusts is in God's grace through Jesus' resurrection and blood on the cross to save him free from sin, to give him the strength to come back and overcome opposition that counted him out, to peacefully, uncompromisingly, victoriously live his purpose of preaching and reflecting Jesus' love. Well, that's it for this week. Come back next week for 5 more releases. If you like what's on this video, please subscribe. I put out videos every Friday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Also, if you have any thoughts on today's releases or what I may have said about them, let me know that in the comments below. Also, in the comments, you can let me know if there's any awesome releases that came out today that you want to see in next week's video. Also, check out the playlist section for a Means Month Spring playlist available here on YouTube and also on Spotify. In this month's edition, the playlist includes songs from artists like Anike, who, yes, you heard me talk about in this video. Though, to be clear, it's a past song that's on the playlist. Also on the playlist is 116, Social Club Misfits, Trip Wee, and others. So go and check that out if you're interested. Well, go now. See you next week. Bye!